Yo, what's up, you guys? Byron Rogers here. Real quick breakdown on my definition of maturity. I'm by no means any kind of expert on the matter, but I think maturity has to do with self-belief and ability. I think maturity has to do with self-efficacy, which is understanding what you are capable of, and this is why. When you're immature, like when you're first born, your whole entire life, everything that's taking place is happening outside of you. And things are happening to you, they're outside of your control, your parents are taking care of you. But as you mature, as you grow, you're able to take more responsibility, more things start falling in your lap, and they're your problem. By the time you're 18, you should definitely be strong enough to take more responsibility for everything that's taking place within your world. As you climb this ladder of maturity, what ends up happening is, because of the things you have or haven't done, because of the things that have been given to you or that have, hey, what's going down, Hernandez? What's up? Good to see you, Mario. Good to see you, brother. Because of the things you have or haven't done, you're going to be at a certain level of maturity. And what I mean is your self-efficacy or the understanding of what you're capable of is going to be at a certain level. What's going down, big bro? What's up, Leo? Thanks for joining me, man. But your level of understanding of what you can and can't do, your self-efficacy, will be at a certain level. And that'll be in direct proportion with your maturity. Someone who's immature cannot take responsibility for things. They won't take responsibility for things. And I think that stems from a deep-seated kind of understanding that, or a lack of experience that, they don't know what they're capable of. They don't know what they can and can't do. So subconsciously, they reject responsibility because when things happen, it's not about them to them. It's about what's going on outside of them. Their locus of control and their understanding, their self-efficacy. Locus of control is another term to say, where do you believe the power is? Is the power inside of you, or is the power outside in the world, and the world's happening to you? Is your life happening through you or to you? That's your locus of control, whether it's internal or external. But when it comes to maturity, what happens is, as you've gone through these different struggles and fights in life, and you've killed a lion and you've killed a bear, and life's been merciful enough to you to challenge you, to push you, to take you from being that knight in shining armor to that knight that's been battle tested and has some scars and has some strength because he's had to achieve. As you go through these battles in life, you start to learn what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. And as you learn what you're not capable of, you continue pushing yourself and you become more and more capable of more and more. So when you talk to a mature person, they're like, you know what, good to go. I'll take responsibility for more. I'll take responsibility for everything I can take responsibility for because I know I can achieve. And that's what starts happening as you move up this ladder of maturity, in my opinion. It's understanding what you're capable of. When you're dealing with someone who's immature, the reason they're not taking responsibility in many cases is because they're suffering from a deep-seated hole. It's to try and to succeed is to know you can achieve, but to try and fail is to know you can't be destroyed, but not to try is to have to deal with the fear of the unknown, which is the most debilitating fear a human being can experience. So when you're trying to get someone who's immature to take responsibility for something, it's a fight, it's a struggle, because deep down inside, they don't know if they can. They haven't been there, and it's our responsibility as the more mature, in whatever instance you might be more mature in, right? Because this is all definitely very situational. It's our responsibility as the more mature to push those youngins or individuals, doesn't matter how old they are, into situations where they have the opportunity to be tested and tried and feel the pain and to mature, right? And let them know, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Make a fool of yourself. That's the fastest way to success. To be willing to go and try and to fail and make a fool of yourself, that's actually the real path to success. How many times do you make a fool of yourself when you were learning how to walk? You learned how to walk, you had to try and fall and try and fall and try and fall, and you had to keep trying. What? You had to keep trying until. Keep trying until. This is life. And the principles that govern success, I don't believe change. I'm not as successful as I want to be, but this is just my 2 cents. I just don't believe they change. You tried to learn how to walk until your self-efficacy, your understanding of what you were capable of, and your experience and everything work together to bring you to a level of maturity where walking was something you could do on a subconscious level. And you can take responsibility for moving yourself because you know that you can, right? So you keep trying at anything you want in life until. Byron, what do you do for a living? Whatever it takes. How hard do you try? How much do you try? I try until. And that's how we mature, I think. I think that maturity has to do with your level of understanding of what you're capable of. And that will directly affect your ability to take responsibility for things in your life. And the more things you can take responsibility for in your life, the more things you'll have the power to change, because you can't change what you can't take responsibility for, right? So that's my 2 cents on maturity. As you grow older, more experiences happen, and your understanding of what you can achieve and ability starts moving from the external world on to the internal world. Boom. Let he who first hopes and wishes to change the world first move himself. I gotta remember who said that. It wasn't me. It was like, one of the ancient dudes like Aristotle or Plato. But nonetheless, boom. That's what I got for you guys today. Love you guys. Share this video with anyone who you think needs it, or it's just a good message to get out there. And let's do the best we can with what we have today. And let's try to be mature. All right, y'all. Thanks a lot for all the messages. I'm going to go back and read all of them, man. You guys are awesome. Later.